Hey there and welcome back to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Rey Mysterio from WWE. So we start with the eye holes and the mask. Starting from the left side, I want to do a little wave going from the outside into the inside. So from the outside we're going to curve down and then curve back around. From here I'm going to go back up to the top and curve down underneath the eyeball and then down to that point. So starting up here, we're going to curve around. And as we come towards that point, we're going to curve it downwards. Let's tuck in the eyeball underneath the top of the eye hole. So starting from the top, we'll curve around almost like a half circle, coming all the way around. Up on the top left, we're going to draw a little highlight. So circle on the top left area there. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on the right side. So starting at the bottom, we want to curve up towards the top of the eye hole mask, and then curve up as we get to the end. We're going to curve back down and then down to this point. So we're going to start on the inside again, curving around, and then pull that straight up to the edge of the mask. Let's go ahead and draw on the eyeball. So from the inside here, we're going to draw a curve. It's like a half circle coming back up and tucking that underneath the top of the eye hole. Then up here, we draw a circle for the highlight. Let's go ahead and color in the eyes black. We'll do the same thing on the right side. If you're joining us for the first time, I use Sharpie fine point markers for all my lessons, and you can get these at pretty much any stationery store. Alright, so we got the eyes colored in. Now we want to go around and draw a trim around the edge of this eye hole. So starting from the top on the left, we're just going to curve around, try to keep that spacing consistent all the way around. Go back up to the top and curving down. Let's go to the right side and do the same thing. So starting from the bottom, I'm going to curve up to the top. We'll go back down again and just trace around the eye hole opening right up to the top. From here, I'm going to take the sides, and there's these two flaps that come down on the side of the mask. So I'm going to go to the side of the eye here and draw in a curve. So curving in towards the face, and then just curving it outwards and just flicking it out at the end. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So starting up here, we're going to curve inwards, and then reverse curve the opposite way. From here, now I can figure out where to put the edge of the mask. So right in between the eyes, I'm just going to come down a little bit and draw a little point. From here, I'm going to curve up and out to the side of the mask. Let's do the same thing on the left side. So curving up and coming down towards that center. From here, I'm going to locate the chin. So the chin is going to be a little bit higher than these points on the side. So right about here. On the left side, I'm just going to curve down to the bottom of the chin and back up on the right side. We're going to give him a little bit of a smirk. So starting down here on the left side, I'm going to curve up towards the right. So it's a little bit higher on the right side. On the end here, I'm just going to draw a little bracket just to show a little smile line. Underneath this mouth, I'm going to draw in a little curve like that for the bottom of the lip. Let's go up and draw in the side of the head. So from this point, I want to curve up towards the side of the temple. So starting up here on the side, it's going to start off narrow, curving around, and then as I come down, it's going to straighten out and then get a little bit wider. So you can see that it gets a little bit thicker on the side here. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So starting up here, we'll curve down and start to get wider as you get down to the bottom, and then just taper into that point there. We're going to draw the top of the head. So the top of the head I'm going to draw up to here. So it's almost like a big circle, the head is. So we're going to start on the left side and just draw a curve going up, and we're aiming towards the right side. All the way across like that. From here, now we can draw in a little bit of the detail in the mask. So up on this side here, I'm going to follow this curve. Just go up on the side of the head like that. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So curving up to the same height, and then we're just going to pull these back in towards the side of the head. Like so. From here, let's draw in the giant cross in the forehead. We're going to start on the bottom first. So on either side of center, we're just going to draw 2 points, leaving a little bit of space in the middle. From the left point, I'm going to come straight down and then just curve out towards the left. On the right, we'll do the opposite. We're going to curve out towards the right, making sure that they're at the same height, and then we're going to come down to a central point. So I'm going to draw a little point here, take this end, draw an angled line, and then on the right, we'll draw an angled line. Let's go ahead and draw the side parts of the cross. So we're going to go out sideways towards the left, and then just curl that down. We're going to go to the right side and do the same thing. So going out towards the right and curving down. Now it's always easiest to go from left to right as we go, just to help balance this out. From here, I'm going to curve up on both sides. Now from here, I want to draw a little spike, almost like a sideways V shape. Kind of like that on both sides. Now we're going to take this corner, these little bottoms, and just flip it over. So from this side, I'm going to curve up, do it on both sides, and now I'm going to curve back to the same length as the bottom line here. So curving across like that, leaving a gap in the middle. Now this is going to go up towards the top. So from this left side, I'm going to curve out towards the left, and on the right, I'll go out towards the right. We're going to curve these back in just a little bit, like that. I'll make this a little bit longer. And I'm going to create an upside down V to connect them. Now from here, we're going to draw a little stripe that comes down the center of the face. So on the left side of this point, I'll draw a straight line coming down, and on the right, I'll draw a straight line coming down. And you can see there's a little space here because I want to draw a little V at the bottom. We'll draw the same thing on the top, just flipped over, but it'll be a lot shorter. So from here, I'll go up on both sides with two short lines, and then do an upside down V to connect it. There's these little flames that come out on the side of the head, just above each eye. So on the left, I'll start up here, curve down, across, and then down. Go back to the top. I'm going to curve, the same sort of curve, but I'm going to go a little bit thicker in the middle, and then taper to a point. Let's do the same thing on the right. So I'm going to start on the inside first, curving up, across, and then up. We'll go back down to the bottom, and then just taper it. So it's a little bit thicker. We'll make that a little bit longer. We're going to draw these two short ones on the side here. So up at the top here, I'm going to draw a curve like this, almost like a little S, and I'll do the same thing. So I'm getting it thicker in the middle, and then tapering to a point. Do the same thing on the right side. So backwards S, go up to a point like that. Okay, so we got the head. Let's get into the body. So the body, I'm going to have his arms crossed in front of him. So what we're going to do is we're going to start the shoulders just on the side of these little flaps here. And they're going to come in towards the middle. So on the side of this flap, I'm just going to curve around and come up, just crossing the center point. Now from here, I'm going to step down and just draw the other arm tucked in behind. So it's basically taking this curve, flipping it over, and drawing it underneath this line here. Now we want to draw in the top of the forearm. So this is going to come all the way over to the edge of the arm because we're going to incorporate the elbow pads right in. So from here, I'm going to curve up, and then I'm going to come down. From here, I'm going to step up on top of this arm and just draw a curve. So we've got the elbow pad drawn in there. From here, I'm going to take this point, curve across the other way. So we're drawing the top of the arm in towards the elbow pad, and then up here, I'll draw a curve for the edge of the other elbow pad. We're going to draw the biceps. So just up here, I'm just going to draw a curve going out, and on the right, we'll draw a curve going out. If you want, you can add a little bit of tattoo detail. I'm not going to get into too much detail here, but let's draw that little chain that comes down the middle. So from here on the left, we'll angle in, and on the right, we'll angle in. Along these lines, we're going to draw these little black dots, these big chunky little dots, all the way around, all the way across like that. On this side, he's got this little sun tattoo. So we're going to start with a circle, goes around like this, and then outside, radiating from the circle, we're going to draw these little squiggles, just like that. Very simple tattoo. This side's got sort of like a little jagged, almost like a lightning bolt that comes across like that. We'll go back and just thicken it up a little bit. And then just across each shoulder, there's these little spikes that come down. So I'm going to draw a curve, go up, and then curve it back down in towards the arm, and I'll tuck that back up underneath the chin. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So curving down, going up with a short line, then coming down into the arm, we'll curve that back up underneath the chin. All right, let's get into the lower torso. So the body, I usually make the body about the same height as the head. So if I measure out the head, come down to below the chin, the feet will be right down here. Halfway between the feet and the chin is the belt area. So on either side of the arm, I'm going to draw these little curves that come down. This is the side of the body. I'm going to curve in towards the center, but in the middle here, I'm going to give him a little belt buckle. So we're going to draw an oval. Starting from the top, draw a simple oval like this. From this point to this point, I want to draw a curve coming down behind that buckle for the bottom of the belt. Curving across like that. We're going to do the same thing up on top. So it goes behind the belt buckle on the left and the right. On either side, I'm just going to draw two short lines for these belt loops. That. Inside his tummy, he's got this tattoo that says Mexican. So we're just going to draw that across here. So just simply, I'm just going to start on the left side, draw on the M, the E, and curve around like this, and then just straight across the middle. We'll draw the X. Now you can see that I'm going to start to turn the lettering this way as I get towards the right side. So this is going to go that way. Draw a C this way, A, and then there's a small lowercase n that goes across like that. Okay, so we fit that in there. Now from here, let's draw on the legs. Down below the center of the belt, we're going to draw the lower torso, so curve like this. From the right side, we're just going to do an overlap and curve down towards the heel on the right. And on the left, we're going to let a little overlap and draw a curve down towards the heel on the left. Let's draw on the bottoms of the feet. So from the heel to toe, we're just going to draw a curve. So like this, and draw the same thing on the right side, making sure they're roughly the same length. From the toe, we're going to curve up to the top of the foot and come down towards the heel, but we're not going to connect to the heel. We're just going to go part way, so going up, and we'll stop right about there. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So starting at the same height, we'll curve up, and then down on the toe. From the hips, we're just going to curve down to the top of the feet, but we're going to flare it out a little bit more just because we want to give him a little bit of a baggier pant. Just like that. From here, we're going to draw the bottom of the pants. So just up here, we're going to step up and draw a curve. So there's a little bit of an overhang from the toe. We'll draw the bottoms of the feet. So we're going to draw a curve like this for the sole on both sides. And for laces, all we need to do is just draw maybe 3 curves like this on top. Draw 3 curves on the right side. And we're going to draw a little bit of detail in the pant. We're just getting a cool little flame on the side here. So on the side of the leg, we'll curve up, we'll curve back, curve up, curve back, and do one more, and pull that right into the side of the leg. We'll trim it out on the inside. So we're just basically tracing the inside of that flame, and that is pretty much it. There we have it. There's Rey Mysterio from the WWE. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please make sure you check out our Chibi playlist. We have a ton of characters in there, and we add more every week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.